Hello, my love. Welcome to the Single Women's Society. I am your host, Kat, and I invite you to come on in, grab your drink, and take a seat next to me as we dive into today's topic, which is a question that I get asked a lot. And I just had a conversation with a client about this just a few days ago. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to bring this topic to you because I know that most likely you have encountered this at some point in time of your dating life. But before I go into all of that, I am incredibly excited. I want to remind you of two different events that are coming your way. So for those ladies who are interested in discussing dating post-COVID, I'm having our first ever in-person event for the Single Women's Society here in Cedar Rapids, Iowa on July 22nd from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. You can go to our website, which is singlewomensociety.com. Up at the top, it says events. Just click there and make sure and register. There are only a few spots left. So if you're eager to connect with other Single Women's Society, your SWS sisters, I highly recommend for you to go to the website and register for your spot today. Not only are we going to discuss dating post-COVID, but also we're going to have some wine and some charcuterie, if hopefully I pronounced that correctly. Okay, so that's the first announcement. The second announcement is we are having our powder room event coming up. How to X-proof your life. Coming up July 30th, 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. We all hang out on Zoom together. It's set up like a webinar format, so just make sure and register ahead of time. Zoom will send you out your link, and we're going to talk about how you can X-proof your life, not only how important it is to let go of the past, but what you can do with that information and how you can use it to your benefit in order to prevent you from dating future exes. So it's completely for free. Come and join me in the powder room of the Single Women's Society, July 30th, 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. You just go to singlewomensociety.com and up at the top, it says workshop. Okay. Okay. So you know, when I do that big sigh, you know that I'm like ready to go to talk about today's topic. So when it comes to dating, a lot of women will say, why is it that I always attract this type of person? And usually it's the same type of person over and over and over again. And they come to me scratching their heads going, I don't get it. I don't understand how I am attracting the wrong type of person for me. And I wanted to open this conversation up to you as we're sitting here in the lounge of the Single Women's Society. I want us to go ahead and have this conversation because I think that we get into a rut when we are attracting the same type of person and we don't feel that we can get out of that rut and we don't see the light on the other side. And we we sometimes will completely give up because all we're doing is attracting the same type of person to the point where women will say, are there any good ones out there? Because all the ones that I meet are like this, right? So I wanted to talk to you about how you can prevent from attracting the same person over and over again. And I think that it's not that you are attracting the same person over and over again. It's that all women attract all people all the time. And what I mean by that is you attract all types of people. It's not that you're only attracting one type of person. I bet that if we were to sit down here in the lounge face to face and I would ask you, who's been attracted to you, who's approached you, what type of dates have you been on? And I bet it hasn't been the same type of person every time. It's just that you have chosen to give these types of people more of your time and attention. There's a difference between when you go on a date with someone, because we don't know, right? So we get approached or you approach them and you're like, okay, maybe this is going to be such a great date. Maybe this is having no expectations, really just to go in and just to enjoy yourself. We don't know what we're walking into. We don't know these people. And so when you start to date the person and you notice that there's a pattern where you say to yourself, okay, there's something inside of you that says, hey, I've been here before. And I'll refer that back here in just a minute. Like inside of you, it says, you've been here before, or there's red flags that are going up. That is when you can go right or left. That's when you decide whether to date or you be dating this person. So if you're the type of person who keeps attracting the same person, it's not that you keep attracting the same person. It's that you're choosing to date, to be dating this type of person. When it comes to attracting the same type of person, when we notice a pattern, most likely there is something very familiar about this type of person where it causes you to be comfortable. Whether it's previous relationships, whether it's how you grew up, we're not going to go into any of that, because if that's the case, that's what therapy is for, right? We're advocates for therapy. But as a coach, to me, it's recognizing the patterns of what's happening now and how we can help you move forward, right? So when you're noticing these patterns and you're giving your time and energy and dedication to these types of people, that's when you need to take a step back. So a healthy woman who knows what she wants, when a person starts to show that red flag, and when I say healthy woman, I mean a woman who knows her worth, a woman who knows what she wants in a partner, a woman who knows how she is to be treated. And so when we are attracted by all types of people and we start to date them and those flags start to come up or our instincts start to kick in where something doesn't feel right, it's when she knows her worth, that's when she takes a step back and says, you know what, I'm not going to be dating this person. I'll go, I went on a date. That's good. I was able to figure things out and I went ahead and exit stage left is what they used to say in the theater. Exit stage left. So if you are sitting there and you're saying, okay, well, that's not it, Kat. It's just bad luck, or I can't seem to, these are the only type of people that I meet. Let me ask you something. Do you truly want to find true love? Or are you subconsciously sabotaging your relationship so that you don't find true love? Now, let me explain. When it comes to finding true love is actually easy. It's the work that comes after it that isn't. Right? So what I mean by that, the vulnerability, the opening up, the really being able to sit down with somebody and to share parts of you, that's the hard stuff. And I believe that when you are dating and you are going on these dates, you have to make that decision. Am I going to be able to open up with this person or not? Now, if you're the type of person who has been on multiple dates with the same type of person, most likely when you walk into that date, you already have an agenda. This is what I call told you so. Told you so is when your brain is already convinced that all people are bad, that all men are bad, that all men, all they want is this and all they want is that. You're already going into the date completely closed off, no matter if this is that type of person or not, no matter if this is a good person or a bad person. You're already walking into that date knowing that you don't think that you're going to find true love, maybe possibly thinking that you don't think that you deserve true love. And so you're going to subconsciously sabotage the date by looking for things that are negative. And it could be anything from not having a napkin in their lap to making they used a straw instead of sipping out of the cup. It could be, oh, they were on their phone too many times. You are purposely looking for things within that date so that you can walk away and say, I told you so. There's no good people left. I'm going to be alone forever because all I do is attract this type of person. So there's two sides to this coin, right? It's what you are allowing into your life, the type of people that you are allowing into your life and into your bubble and being vulnerable with. And it's the attitude that you have as you're going on these dates. Because listen, I know that you have been hurt. I know you have. I have. I've been hurt horribly in previous relationships. And I remember having a conversation with my partner, Brian, of something that happened in my marriage, something that I carried around and didn't really understand or realize it was there until I was in the relationship with Brian. And I had to kind of work that out and figure out why I was somewhat sabotaging the relationship. Sometimes I think that when it comes to love and you have something that's really amazing that's sitting next to you and you can't see it because all you're doing is attracting the wrong type of person, that, my love, my sweet sister, is the core of why you are attracting the same person over and over. It's not that you're just bringing them in and allowing them in. It's that you don't understand that you are deserving of true love. That you don't think that since you think that true love doesn't exist, that it won't exist for you. And so you settle in these dysfunctional relationships. You settle in your life. You change yourself because that's more comfortable because of what maybe possibly that you've carried in from other relationships. And sometimes we'll have that healthy person, healthy. Now I'm using that. And what I mean by that is somebody who you know would be good for you, sitting there next to you. And you find things about this person that you don't jive with or that you don't like. And it's not, you can really put your finger on it, but I can. It's because I know you're saying to yourself, when is the other shoe going to drop? I don't deserve a person like this in my life. This person is too good to be true. And so what you'll do is sabotage it in ways by carrying over what you've brought from other relationships, trying to find ways to basically break up this relationship. So as a woman, when we don't know our worth and know what we are deserving of, and we settle for this type of person, yes, that pattern will repeat itself over and over and over again. It's not until you realize what you are deserving of. It's not until you realize what your worth is. And I'll be talking a lot about worth because we allow people into our lives. The kind of energy that we attract into our lives is how we feel about ourselves. So if we are not loving on ourselves and we don't talk positively about ourselves and we're not embracing ourselves, and all of ourselves, I'm talking about everything outside and inside. If we completely do not understand our own worth, how can we even find a partner that's going to complement that? And most likely you keep attracting the wrong person because you think that that's all you deserve is this type of person. When you know that you don't, that you know that you deserve better, but instead you'll settle to be with this type of person. It's easier to let this type of person in your life. It's familiar. It may be dysfunctional, but to you, you've been there, done that. You're like, oh, well, been here, been down this road before, know how to handle this. But then you might be in a good relationship. And that's when you're like, what's going on here? When is the other shoe going to drop? This person's too good to be true. This person might dump me in any moment. So when you notice a pattern, it's your job when you are attracting the same type of person over and over and over again. It is your job to take a step back. And if that's the case, my love, if that is the case, where you are attracting the same type of person, I would, as your coach and mentor, I would highly suggest for you to stop dating completely. Stop dating and take a step back and notice what is comfortable about these types of people that you're allowing in your life. What's comfortable about it? Why are you attracted to it? It's not that they're the only ones that are attracted to you. You're also attracted to it. Also, you wouldn't let it into your life. You wouldn't ignore the red flags. You wouldn't ignore your gut, right? So you're attracted to it. So why is it that you are allowing this type of person into your life? And it's with that information of knowing, okay, this is why it's familiar. This is why I'm allowing this person in my life. And from that point, that is when you understand what you are worthy of. Okay, so what is it that I really want? What is the type of partner that I really want in my life? And when you change the filter, meaning letting go of the old and not carrying around and placing your experiences on previous relationships onto the new one. Because we've all been there. I've been there before. I know that I have been on dates with men in the past where they've been cheated on or ghosted. And immediately on that date, they'll just start venting to me about women and how they're cheaters and how they're hard to be trusted. And I remember there were times where I would sit there and go, hey, now wait a minute. This isn't fair. You're putting that previous relationship that you had over there onto me already? That doesn't feel good to anybody. And you owe it to that potential partner. You owe it to that person to not put that agenda or put that kind of preconceived notion of what that relationship is going to be based off of previous experiences. Because I tell you what, my love, every person is different. We're all unique. And when it comes to dating, it's our job to not only be compassionate towards ourselves, but to be compassionate towards who's sitting across the table. And as we get to know this person, we owe it to ourselves the moment we see a red flag, the moment our gut says, this doesn't feel good, then that's when we say, okay, check please. Thank you, but no thank you. But you won't know that until you figure out, why are you attracted to the wrong person? So I know the title of this episode is why do you attract the wrong person? It really should be titled, why are you attracted to the wrong person? I know these are uncomfortable conversations, but I want you to really think about it. Stop dating. Take an inventory. Why is it that I'm allowing these? So why is it that I'm attracted to these type of person, these type of people? And then why do I let them into my life? And do I really want true love? Because if you want it, it is there. It's just you are choosing not to see it. You are choosing to not be vulnerable and to allow it to come in to your life. Instead, you're going back to the familiar over and over and over again. The ego wants to protect you. So the ego will go into these dates already knowing what's going to happen, or already putting an agenda where it thinks it already knows what's going to happen to protect you. I get it. I understand. But it's your job to recognize that when these patterns do keep popping up, that you need to take a step back and understand your worth and know what you are deserving of. And this is the work that I do with my clients. As they're dating, as they're figuring things out, as they're listening to their gut or recognizing those red flags, instead of making excuses for their poor behavior, I'm able to sit them down and go, okay, let's talk about this, shall we? Let's talk about the true colors that they're showing you already and how you're choosing to ignore it. Nobody is going to walk you into those dates and tell you exactly what you need to do. It is up to you to trust yourself and to know your worth when you go on your next date. Stop the cycle, stop the pattern, and figure out, why are you attracted to this type of person? All right, my loves. This was a hard talk to have with you today. I think that, here at the Single Women's Society, it's our job to bring the real talk to you. And that's what I want to do. I want to just spread awareness of what you're doing in your single life and help you find true love. That's our ultimate goal here. So thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. It means so much to me. And as always, if you are watching on YouTube, hello. I always love to hear what you think about our set here. Please make sure, if you haven't yet, to like this video, to comment, and make sure and subscribe and click the bell so that you are alerted every time that a new episode is uploaded. And if you are listening on Spotify and iTunes, I would love it if you would subscribe and, of course, rate and review this episode, because that's how other women can find us here at the Single Women's Society. And if you are on Facebook, come and follow us, either Single Women's Society or Kat Cantrell, both on Facebook and on Instagram. And as you know, I'm having a blast when it comes to doing these reels. And if you want to be a member of the Single Women's Society, you already are. Welcome. But if you would like to take it a step further, I would love it if you would come and join us on our newsletter. We send a newsletter out every week. So come join us at singlewomenssociety.com and click at the button at the top that says start here. All right, my loves. Thank you again for tuning into today's episode. And you got this. I know you got this. If you recognize a pattern, it's up to you to stop it. I know you can do it. All right, my loves, I will see you all next time. And remember, you are deserving of true love, and it is waiting there for you. Bye.